Graciela Garcia from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I want to tell you that 4 or 5 years ago, I didn't wear glasses, only to read on the computer. While this was increasing, I used to wear glasses for rest. In April of last year, I started to feel more discomfort than usual in my vision, so I visited an ophthalmologic center where they detected that I had in my left eye astigmatism and a very slight beginning of cataract in my right eye. Well, they prescribed me new glasses, so I went and bought them. I wore them and kept wearing them until they broke, but about November, 5 or 6 months later, I noticed that my vision was getting worse. Then I started to doubt that either I had been prescribed the wrong lenses or my eyesight had gotten worse. When I visited that center again, I was told that I had cataracts always in the same right eye. They are kind of listed, and I had cataract level 1 and 2, between 1 and 2. So I asked if I could have surgery. They told me it was not convenient to wait for it to mature. And in about March or April, driving to work, I started noticing that my eyesight was getting worse. I was driving along and all of a sudden everything would go half dark. It would lose its brightness. It's as if I lowered the brightness, the cell phone. I decided to go to an ophthalmology center, one of the best here in Buenos Aires. Because of my insurance, I could have it. And they diagnosed me again with the same thing, that I had cataracts. And that I had a cataract in my right eye and that I had the beginning of a cataract in my left eye. So I consulted, I said, I have to wait and see until it matures. They told me, no, it is not necessary. So my prepaid insurance did not cover all this anymore. I had to do all the studies and start collecting money for my operation. Nowadays in our country, it is really difficult to have an operation like this. So, I had to break the piggy bank and start raising money to have the operation. I had already paid for it and I had all the studies done, I found out. I don't even know how. A YouTube video of Ainhoa. And I started to observe, to listen, and the truth is that I said, well, if this works, I will not have surgery. And I started to watch one video or another, and I wanted to sign up right away for the courses that they were giving. And I had to wait because, I don't know, I had to wait for a date to enter a new group. And I was very anxious. When I started, I want to tell you that in 2-3 months, much less, my dry eyes disappeared almost immediately. I had taken advantage of those days when I was coming and going, when the traffic had become difficult on the highway, when we were all stopped to cover my eye and see how much I could see in my eyes. And it was already winter here with rain, and the truth is that what I could see from a car that was 4 or 5 meters away and with rain was the red light. And very deformed figures that did not allow me to see beyond. But my good eye compensated. So I had never noticed it before. I started to do the exercises of directing the cross eye for all angles, which I found fantastic. Find an element to zoom in. And that caused me great pain behind the eye at this point in both eyes. At first, then almost nothing. And other things. Conclusion, that at the end of September, approximately, I noticed that my cataract had reduced. Because afterwards, I covered my eye when I was on the highway in a place where sometimes I had to wait. And I could corroborate that the image that I had kept of seeing so little, it was like curtains of rain that prevented me from seeing had been reduced. So I still have a difficulty as if I had a thin paper behind the glass, but I can distinguish objects. I can distinguish colors. The color of my environment has improved a lot. In short, my first stage was absolutely favorable. The only problem is that I left my operation paid for. So I hope at some point to go to fight to recover that money. I send you a big, big kiss. I am very grateful for everything I am learning. And I will be sending you my second video to let you know what my second situation was. Big kisses.